What is going on, Super Affiliate Network family? Let me know what your name is and where you're coming in from. We'll go ahead and get this show on the road in just a minute. Today, I actually want to talk about something a little bit cool and cover our 1-year anniversary. So it was actually our official 1-year anniversary yesterday. 365 days into business here at the Super Affiliate Network. We actually went ahead and launched last year, February 29th. There was no February 29th this time around. So March 1st was our 365th day in business. And I just wanted to go ahead and give some recognition and, kind of more or less recap the year and recap everything that we've done here and where we're, of course, going. And just once again, give my kind of recognition and gratitude to all of the Super Affiliate Network family, the entire member base, the staff, the support staff, everyone that's here, and everyone who really makes up the Super Affiliate Network. So cool, we got some people on here. Roxanne, Blair, good to see you guys. So cool, guys, I'm going to go ahead and roll with it. And let me know what your name is and where you're coming in from as I go ahead and roll. So we are officially 1 year in business as of yesterday, 365 days in business, and we ended up going ahead and ending at just about the $2.7 million mark for the first 365 days in business, which is beyond what I could have comprehended when I went ahead and had an idea a little bit over a year ago and talked to John Pierre and talked to Jason about the actual idea that I had. But, some things work better than others. Some things don't work at all, right? And that's a lesson in of itself. Not everything is going to work exactly the way you wish it would, but if you stay consistent, if you stay persistent throughout those tough times, you'll have one thing work and it'll be like hitting an oil well, right? So just about a year ago, I had the idea, a little bit over a year ago, I had the idea, and I was actually kind of struggling with that internal resistance myself. I was struggling with fear in regards to, if I put in the time, if I put in the effort, if I put in the energy to go ahead and get this thing off the ground, if I spent all the money to get this thing off the ground, because I invested largely what I had actually liquidated in my bank account into going ahead and getting this thing off the ground. Infusionsoft work on the back end is about $200 an hour, $185 an hour. So bunch of time, effort, and energy went into going ahead and getting the actual business off the ground. And I just remember kind of being in a state of not really believing it would work, right? And I remember going ahead and launching, and I got ahead and brought John Pierre and Dan and a couple of other coaches that were working with us back then on as affiliates that first week to go ahead and promote to their lists. And I remember the first day we went ahead and launched, every single person made sales, right? And that was one of the coolest things in the world. They were just dollar trial sales on the front end. I think a couple people made $37 sales, but every single person who went ahead and promoted from day number one went ahead and made sales. And then from there, about a week later, I remember actually being in the gym. I was doing, I think, a chest workout, and I remember John Pierre calling, and John Pierre was talking about, the first pro sale that we were about to make. And it was this couple named Ace and Rich Guzman. I had never heard of them. I had never spoken with them at the time, and they were trying to decide whether or not they wanted to go pro. And they were kind of dealing with, that internal resistance of whether or not this thing was going to work, whether or not they should invest in, going ahead and getting positioned at pro, whether or not, getting involved in the ground floor business was actually a good idea, right? And they went ahead and invested in the actual Super Affiliate Network, in the pro partnership, spent the money to go ahead and get positioned. And I want to say about, 25 days later, about a month later, they brought someone in named Karen Richardson, right? And I remember Karen got in and she didn't have any resistance, more or less, getting started at pro. Before she even got up to the 7th module in the actual boot camp, she said, boom, I'm going pro right now, based on the fact that Ace and Rich were already producing awesome results, and based on the fact that she was seeing people produce awesome results. And Karen went ahead and got started and, immediately brought a bunch of new people in underneath her, right? And it's just been kind of this ripple effect that's gone through the entire network. Siddharth was one of the people. Good to see you, man. Siddharth was one of the people who I believe Ace and Rich or Karen possibly went ahead. No, Alice Reddy. I used to know this stuff. I need to get back into the back office ledgers. Siddharth, who brought you in just for old time's sakes? Let me know. And interesting little fact. So anyway, guys, more or less, the Super Affiliate Network took off in, a much bigger, much faster fashion than I could have ever expected through, what I'd experienced up until that point. And Karen, cool. So yeah, I was right. So once again, John Pierre was on the back end closing sales. I had actually been working with John Pierre previously in another business, another system that my mentor, Dagan Smith, was actually running at the time. And I was actually working under Jason then. Jason was actually Dagan's partner over there at the home-based business agency, or the home business agency, a traffic agency at the time. And I was actually a coach on that staff, and John Pierre was one of my students, right? And this whole kind of circle of life, not really circle of life, that's corny, but this whole, ripple effect and not knowing what the effects of your actions will be when you go ahead and take an action is the thing that I kind of want to bring to the forefront of your mind, and the thing that I want to bring up today, and really just point out that every single action you take, every single person you bring into the Super Affiliate Network, every single sale that you make, every single person that you prospect on Facebook, you have no clue whose life you're going to change. You have no clue who is going to go ahead and hit six figures in their business, in the next 12 months after you go ahead and bring them into the Super Affiliate Network like Ace and Rich did. So just to give recognition to everybody, Ace and Rich, congratulations on all of your success here, in the first year of business at the Super Affiliate Network. Karen Richardson, congratulations on all the success that you've had here at the Super Affiliate Network. All of our new members who are producing huge results, who, are just going to keep, once again, doing everything in their power to bring people in, build their businesses, and of course, really, you guys are the fuel behind the Super Affiliate Network, behind what we're doing, bringing members in, showing them the opportunities, showing them the vision, sharing the vision, and once again, changing people's lives. Because at a core level, Ace and Rich, they would not be where they are today if they wouldn't have gone ahead and made that decision, about a year ago now, a little bit, I think about 11 months ago now. I think it took them about a month to upgrade. Maybe it took them only a week to upgrade, but they wouldn't have, made all the commissions. They wouldn't have gone ahead and done what they have done if they wouldn't have made that decision and overcome that internal resistance, right? Karen Richardson, awesome on video. How are you, Karen? Good to see you. Awesome on video, putting yourself out there, getting out of her comfort zone when it comes to putting yourself out there. Immediately got started and went ahead and started the video challenge group in order to give that gift of, being able to step into and step out of your comfort zone to every single other member, which of course will allow you to go ahead and grow your business that much more quickly, right? Jason Gazaway on the back end, completely and totally instrumental to actually stabilizing us and keeping us going, because what a lot of you members don't know on the back end is that the fast growth, that was awesome, it was fun, it was one of the most exciting things I've ever experienced, in my just kind of general life. It was kind of the same as playing the final of a tennis tournament that kept going on for months upon months upon months, right? It was just this new experience, and it was thrilling and it was intriguing, but it was actually too fast. So we actually grew much too quickly for the infrastructure we had in place. Up until that point, I was doing multiple six figures, but I was not doing multiple seven figures. And the actual infrastructure that you need to have in place in order to support $2.7 million in sales in your first 12 months is substantial compared to $225,000 in sales per year, which I was doing a little bit under that, right, before the Super Affiliate Network. So Jason, absolutely instrumental in stabilizing and keeping us around and getting the actual infrastructure set up and in place that would allow us to go ahead and scale, and instrumental in teaching me the actual business side of the equation. I was, the marketer. I knew how to sell. I knew how to influence. I knew how to follow up. I knew how to do all the things that I, taught you guys how to do. I didn't necessarily know how to actually run the business at the time, and bringing Jason on the back end, absolutely key for that. And I don't know if we'd still be around. Jason, thank you very much. I have someone calling me here. You're the man. So yeah, next, John Pierre. I mean, John Pierre from the very beginning, closing a ton of sales, six-figure income, more or less like that here at the Super Affiliate Network, working with all of our members on the back end. And then also what a lot of people don't see is just the amount of hours that John Pierre has put in behind the scenes and setting up WooFoo forms and, just doing little small tedious stuff that we've needed to get done on the back end that usually kind of gets delegated to a customer support rep, gets delegated to someone else in the company, a chief operating officer. Before we had Jason, right? John Pierre was doing a lot of the work, not a lot of the work that Jason's doing now, but he was doing little tasks on the back end that were just critical to allow us to have the system and the infrastructure set up, that we had in the first place to go ahead and get us to that first $1 million in sales in the first 5 months. And, it's just completely and totally been a team effort. It's completely and totally been, much more than just myself, much more than quote unquote Misha Wilson's business, right? It's effort between the affiliates, Jason, the actual team here, the corporate team, the coaches who work with all of our coaches, Wingman Coaching recently going ahead and coming on, doing an awesome job following up with all of your members, doing an awesome job bringing everyone through the actual profit boosting boot camp and closing sales for you on the back end. And, the team itself, Charlie and Dan, right? Dan, absolute awesome when it comes to coaching, when it comes to all things, member support related, and then also closing sales on the back end, 100% critical for us to go ahead and have that extra hand, have those extra hands where, coaching on the back end can be a difficult thing, right? Some people want John Pierre 24 hours a day. Dan has to take that student over because they're asking a little bit too much there. And on the flip side, some people want Dan all the time and John Pierre has to take over. And I guess my point is it's like we're all spokes on a bicycle and we all work together. And every single person, Charlie, before we actually brought Charlie on the team, so Charlie's on the official team now, Charlie was actually one of my clients. He was a high ticket coaching client who came in before the Super Affiliate Network was even off the ground. You guys are giving me reminders. Dan, you're the man, just saw you on here. So Charlie was a client before the actual Super Affiliate Network, and he came on, and before asking for any, finances, before really asking for to be paid anything, he put in a bunch of work, fulfilling for pros, actually doing everything on the back end when someone goes ahead and purchases the pro level membership, getting them positioned, all the systems, all the processes on the back end that need to be accounted for when people go ahead and take action and purchase that pro level partnership. Charlie did largely for free for the first 5.5 months or so, right? Now I was helping him with his marketing, I was helping him as a coach, and we kind of had a deal worked out there on the back end. But again, it's one of those things where he didn't have to do that. He didn't have to go out of his way to help me. He didn't have to go out of his way to give me his time, the only asset really that doesn't replenish itself. And I mean, guys, considering you're here and listening to my voice and watching this Facebook Live right now, you understand the value of your time. And you understand that your time really is the only thing that doesn't replenish itself. And there's so many, people behind the scenes. There are so many people who have contributed. There are so many people who have, even given me advice when it comes to what I actually teach you. Dagan, my old mentor, right? All of the advice, all the wisdom that he kind of gave to me through his products, through his courses, through everything that he has gone ahead and taught me over the years. That's largely, I teach you a lot of the same information. I, of course, put my own spin on it, don't copy it word for word, etc. I don't ever do that of anyone's products, right? But when it comes to solo ads, when it comes to how I get traffic, when it comes to talk radio, email, those strategies, once again, I learned from Dagan, and I would definitely not be here today. I have no clue where I would be in my own personal marketing journey if it weren't for Dagan, if it weren't for Jason, if it weren't really for everybody who has chipped in and been part of the Super Affiliate Network. So I really just want to say thank you, everyone. I did not expect to do $2.7 million in sales in the first year. It's been a hell of a ride, and we're just scaling from there. We've actually done much, much more in the first couple of months this year than in the actual first couple of months of the Super Affiliate Network. So we're only scaling. $10 million per year is the next mark. And how we're going to do that is how just kind of any business that is affiliate driven, produces huge levels of result. Let me get rid of this real quick. So arm you guys with the information that you need to succeed. We're going to get you guys producing. We're going to get all of your 6-figure foundations laid. We're going to teach you every single strategy you need to execute upon. We're going to put in place a system that allows you guys to go ahead and tap into mindset training that you need to go ahead and succeed, because half the battle, 3/4 of the battle is actually mental. Your philosophy is what will actually determine your success. It's not a tactic, it's not a strategy, it's not a system, it's not a traffic generation strategy, the latest and greatest, etc. It's your philosophy and how you approach situations, react to situations, and how you really move throughout the world. That's what will determine your success, and whether or not you'll go ahead and push to the next level, or whether or not you'll continue to just kind of stay in that state of overwhelm and stuck and struggling and spinning your wheels and just frustrated with analysis paralysis. And again, once again, I mean, the biggest and the fastest and the best way for us all to win is to give you guys everything you need to succeed, and to, of course, get you guys to the next level in your business. And really the only way we're going to get to that $10 million per year mark, the only way we're going to make that happen is to get all of our affiliates winning, is to get all of our affiliates, with everything they need to succeed. So you'll see a bunch of stuff on the back end that we're going ahead and rolling out. You'll see some cool updates on the back end, and then also on the front end as well. And then also do what you have to do. Please do what you have to do to get to the Maui Immersion event. All right. So someone actually just asked me if it was worth, about probably 4 hours ago when I first woke up, asked me if it was worth the financial investment, if it was worth the time investment to go ahead and get out to the Maui Immersion event. And what I'll say is, literally, events, they're the single thing that will give you everything you need to succeed in one total package. All right. So not only do you learn the tactics, not only do you learn the strategies, not only will you get around me and will you get around Jason, and will you understand that we're just normal people. We just have a few more skill sets, a few more strategies that we know, a few more tactics that we can go ahead and execute upon, which allows us to go ahead and drive results in our business, right? But we're not, anything special. This business is kind of funny because we have to do things strategically to position us as the quote unquote guru, but then that kind of puts a certain level of disbelief in your mind about whether or not you can go ahead and accomplish the same thing we can, right? And what I'll say is that events are the only place where you can overcome both the internal kind of obstacles that you're facing, where belief is reinforced, where you're inspired to go out and take more action, where you understand that if you actually take action, good things will happen. And then at the same time, you learn the tactics, you learn the strategies, you learn the skill sets, you surround yourself with people on the exact same mission as you, and you really set yourself up for success by not only laying the foundation tactically and strategically, but also mindset-wise and belief-wise and inspiration-wise and vision-wise for yourself, for your brighter future, for your family, for your loved ones, for, really whatever the driving reason at, a core level, whatever that is for you and your business, you get that set. And it's just one of those things. Every single event I've been to has literally doubled my business's bottom line, at least. Actually, one event in of itself took me from multiple 6 figures to multiple 7 figures. The first event that I went to took me from really kind of zero, actually in debt at the time, to the 6-figure level. One thing I learned, and then also just the increased levels of belief that I actually had from going ahead and attending that event. And one relationship that I actually went ahead, I would not have got connected to Dagan, I don't believe, in the way I did if it weren't for going to that first event. So I actually met a guy named Andrew Geron of Elite Marketing Pro at that first event, networked with Andrew a little bit, paid attention to Andrew's marketing because I went ahead and networked with Andrew at that actual event. And then as a result, I ended up getting on a webinar with Andrew and Dagan, which is where I went ahead and actually purchased that system that I went ahead and purchased into, which really led to my first breakthrough online. So it's all the small little things. It's all the small little kind of seemingly, unimportant events that can take place that when you add them up as a whole, once again, just like I spoke about earlier, as a team, we're like all the different spokes on the bicycle, and we only work if everything works in conjunction with each other. And what I'll say is that's how your business is too, all right? So following the super affiliate laws, generating leads, following up with your leads every single day, getting to all the various events, investing in your mindset every single day, doing everything we teach you within the actual profit boosting bootcamp, taking action on the super affiliate laws every single day. Those only work if, once again, you take action on every single one of the other laws. Once again, those are patterns of behavior I've noticed in successful marketers. And if you just focus your energy on going ahead and following those super affiliate laws, on going ahead and attending the live events, on going ahead and executing upon what's in the boot camp, on going ahead and once again surrounding yourself with people who are on the exact same mission as you, and once again, just investing in your mindset, really the only thing that will allow you to get through the tough times, which will happen, all right? So the tough times, I still go through tough times all the time, just based on the fact that, once again, the bigger your business grows and the faster your business grows, the more problems, the more issues that you deal with. And again, it's just kind of part of the journey, right? Mike Dillard said it best on his podcast that I was listening to. When I was investing in my mindset, when I was going ahead and investing in building my intellectual capital, when I was working on my mindset, when he said that more or less the definition of an entrepreneur is a daily problem solver. And you have to go ahead and equip yourself with everything you need tactically and strategically to go ahead and solve problems as they go ahead and arise. You need to surround yourself with great people. You need to hire great people. You need to work with great people, like I've been lucky enough to do over the course of the last year. You have to get to the events in order to be able to network with great people, to learn from the leaders, to learn what's working right now in your business. And really, I mean, guys, that's how you're going to break through in your business, and that's how we're going to get to the $10 million per year mark in your business. So don't look at what it's going to cost you. Don't look at, what you could, possibly spend on plane tickets, on room and board, all of that stuff. Look at what it can do for you, all right? Look at the breakthrough that you can have, which will lead to a better life, a better lifestyle, a more abundant lifestyle for yourself, for your family, for your loved ones, and look at the possibilities versus looking at the negative consequences that might possibly happen. I think Jim Rohn says it best, where he says live for adventure versus living for kind of security. So it's just one of those things, guys. I understand comfort zones. I understand the discomfort of getting out of your comfort zone. Just about a year ago today, I was getting out of my comfort zone, actually going ahead and launching the Super Affiliate Network. And if I wouldn't have got out of my comfort zone, if I wouldn't have gone ahead and taken a leap of faith, if I wouldn't have gone ahead and, made that dive into the precipice when I was unsure, when I was uncertain, when I just kind of wanted security above all else, I would not have gone ahead and broken through at the level, that I've been lucky enough to do so. I'm about actually to go sign a new lease for a new house, which you guys will see very soon. And once again, it's all because, the materialistic stuff, the lifestyle, getting to travel, that's all, once again, as a result of getting used to going ahead and getting out of your comfort zone, taking daily actions, once again, following the super affiliate laws, as cliche as it may seem. It's the exact principles that I go ahead and follow in my own business every single day. And once again, if you guys follow in them in your own business, you absolutely will have success. So having said that, guys, grab your tickets. I appreciate all of you guys. Ace and Rich, Karen, Jason, Jean-Pierre, Dan, Charlie, everybody on the back end, Julie in customer support, Siddharth, you're the man. Good to see you. Alice, good to see you. I appreciate everybody involved in the actual Super Affiliate Network. I appreciate all of your work. I appreciate everything you do, going ahead and spreading the mission, spreading the vision, getting the mission out there, getting in front of people to once again affect more people. Because at the end of the day, the more value you provide, the more lives you help change, the more good you do in the world, the more will come back your way. So understand that, do what you have to do, get to the live event, keep promoting, stay true to the super affiliate laws, get the message out there, share the word. And I appreciate you guys all at a core level. From the bottom of my heart, you're much more than just customers. You're much more than just clients. We're a family here, and I love all you guys. So having said that, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this little Facebook Live up. Awesome, Alice. The Super Affiliate Network has changed your life. I love to hear those comments, and I love testimonials. I love, working with you guys and hearing about your breakthroughs. And Daryl's on here right now. $1,000 commission just a couple of days ago on complete autopilot through going ahead and using the system. Once again, we actually just had Crystal earn a $3,000 commission on the back end. So there are people left and right making big commissions everywhere. And half of the battle in going ahead and being successful is noticing when you're in the right place at the right time and then capitalizing upon it. So you guys absolutely are in the right place at the right time. Take the action steps that you need to take to go ahead and capitalize upon this moment in time. Get to the live event, give yourself the foundation mentally and strategically to go ahead and succeed. And I look forward to doing congratulations calls with every single one of you on this Facebook Live right now. So having said that, guys, I appreciate all of you guys, and I will talk with you very, very soon. All right, guys, later.